So Anderson Silva absolutely destroys Tito Ortiz in a minute and 20 seconds. From the moment this fight started, Tito looked like he had no business in a boxing ring, as a lot of the MMA wrestlers do. I mean, you look at Woodley, yeah, sure, he went a while with Jake Paul. He looked pretty bad too with his stance. Tito looked worse than that. Super square, super stiff. The head doesn't move. He's throwing arm punches. Anderson comes over with just a picture-perfect straight shot. Wobbles Tito. He's pretty much out at this point. Tries to come over with another and then hits him like from the back position with a hook. And down goes Tito. Done. Flat out. Like he was unconscious when he hit the floor. Anderson Silva destroyed him. The whole fight, I mean, what did Tito do for the first, minute? Tito was trying to press Anderson, and Anderson's literally just blocking all the shots, letting Tito throw, get himself out of position. Really, I think Anderson Silva was just reading everything he would do. He was taking his sweet-ass time. He definitely deserved that massive favorite status that he ended up with at the end of the week because he killed Tito Ortiz. It was not competitive. There was nothing close about it. I don't want to see Tito Ortiz boxing ever again. I feel like Tito Ortiz, boxing-wise, I feel like he's not high level. Anderson is very good, too. I think, I'll be honest with you guys, 100%. I think Anderson Silva, boxing, he would have been a world champion if that was his sport of choice. 100%. He has the skill set. You look at him at 46, the way he's beating these guys up, beats Julio Cesar Chavez, former world champion. Anderson Silva is a special combat sports fighter, period. He's a special human being. Anderson Silva, one of the greatest fighters in the history of combat sports, and he transitions to boxing beautifully. His striking style just moves over so well. Most guys, in MMA, they're very heavy with the center of gravity. The head, stays towards the center, square stance. Silva's been able to get more of the angled stance. He flows a lot. I mean, even in MMA, he never did anything by the book. He had his own flair on the game always, and it has looked so beautiful transitioning to boxing. Runs through Tito Ortiz, definitely scaring other MMA fighters. I don't think Logan Paul and him's a fair fight. I think Silva would have his way and knock out Paul. I think Paul maybe would last a little longer than Tito in there, to be 100% honest, but I think he'd get ran over as well. I don't think Jake Paul wants to fight. Anderson Silva is going to be too technically sound, and it's a loss against a 46-year-old man that was primarily an MMA fighter. I don't think it looks great. He already has now the win over Woodley, who's younger, yes, washed MMA guy. Anderson Silva has a lot left more in combat sports, I feel. Moving forward from here, I feel like Silva has a lot of big fights potentially there. I don't think him and Vitor rematch probably happens. I feel like they're not going to kill off one of their legends for this Triller Fight Club thing where they can bring other guys in. Maybe De La Hoya Silva could end up working because I don't think De La Hoya Belfort makes much sense at this point. I don't know. Fun fights for Anderson. None specifically really jumping at me besides maybe a Roy Jones super fight. Let's just make that happen finally. Imagine Anderson Silva was able to win that one. Granted, Jones didn't look too good against Mike Tyson. He looked really aged out there. I feel like Anderson is still in fantastic shape. He looks rejuvenated inside of boxing. I've been so impressed by him. Now, Tito Ortiz on the other side, as I said, no business doing any more boxing. Maybe he goes back to MMA. I'd rather him not. Hopefully he will go towards more of professional wrestling because I think that is definitely more of his forte. But good shit from Anderson Silva. Fun little night of fights at Triller Fight Club. If you haven't yet, also check out my Vitor Belfort versus Evander Holyfield breakdown as well. Smash the hell out of the like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications if you guys are new to the channel. Much love, and I will see you all in the next video.